What's up, YouTuber? How's it going?
That echoed.
Yeah, that echoed like hell. Well, real quick tonight, Juan from Windy City Morgues, his face ran into a softball. So he's not going to be here tonight. I saw the pictures. It's pretty gruesome. So yeah, he got a pass for tonight. But it's just kind of weird because I canceled the first one. This is like the second time we had to cancel. Like my dumb ass had a concert, known for months that I was going, scheduled the show, went through the process, made the questions and everything. And then Tuesday morning I woke up and I'm going, I got a concert to go to tonight. How could I do the show? So I had to cancel. And now today he had a softball game and guy line drived him right in the face with the softball, dude. Prayers that you recover, Juan. Like that's a rough one. Thumbs up for you. Took it like a champ, though. I mean, at least he called me and was talking to me like, dude, I don't know I can make it tonight without. Dude, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
But you just get these people some shout outs that are in here. There's Cat Eyes. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Ken.
Bye, Ken.
He must be on his phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to use my laptop. If I don't, it's not worth it.
I hit a wrong button.
Yeah, I'm always on my laptop. Saturday will be interesting though.
Yeah, Kent, you're real low, but
I'll be at the barbecue.
Gage is here. What's up, Gage? Kaiju. What up, dude? Smay Servants, how's it going, buddy? John from Inquiline. No H. What up, dude? What up, Dragos? You got the link? You want to come up? Come on up. My buddy Josh, how's it going, dude? And Dave. What up, Dave? This dude here, I'm going to say it every week. Dave's that's from Synergy Morph. That dude is pretty cool. He's an awesome guy, just in my opinion. So how's everyone's season going? Like, I'm still sitting on goose egg.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I got first clutch today. Hopefully clutch 2 comes next day or two, and then waiting on the ones I'm anticipating to ovulate and do all that fun stuff. So how many times is Ken going to hit the wrong button tonight?
How many times is he going to have to refresh his screen so it don't black out?
I don't have to do that no more. For some reason, that just mysteriously disappeared.
Oh, man, that was the drinking game.
Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it was doing it, but it would just go black. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I will bring up my current events tonight that I was going to talk with Juan over. Because I watch a lot of podcasts, and I didn't mention anything to you guys about this because it's kind of an iffy subject.
Uh-oh.
Like, apparently there are quite a few members in this community that are on like a Megan's Law or some kind of law for, abusing minors. And we're finding out, like, these guys then shows, they're at shows around these kids. And I mean, personally, I think there should be some kind of background checks. If you're going to vend this show, I mean, we can't stop everyone from coming in, but we could keep, these vendors from coming in that have shit on their record. And like, there's at least 2 that I know of. I mean, and they're on the West Coast. I'm not going to throw names. I don't throw names like that. But like, I mean, how do you guys feel like that? I have kids. If I take them to Gettysburg.
Yeah, obviously I have kids, and every dad would kill a son of a bitch for anything like that. And I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know. We don't do that down here. You'll get fucking shot.
Yeah, right. I mean,
so I don't know.
I mean, it's one thing to have that on your record. It could just be a mistake from your past, and it just hangs around with you forever. But if there's if you're still a creep.
What's up, Zach?
That's.
Well, I just don't understand what you're referring to. What are you referring to? I mean, what happened? What actual show or what?
Okay, so the Hold Back Rack podcast did an episode on this. They're the ones that basically brought it to my attention. And actually, the night before, Vern, not from 905, him and I can't even tell you how it come up, but we heard of another situation where there was another breeder that had, on a Megan's Law, and is. We looked it up. He guy lives in California. We did California's Megan Law and find that guy's name right there. And, we go through his website, and there he is, sitting at shows, see kids around him and this and that. And it's just like, well, damn. Trepid, thanks for coming in. What's up, Tim?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Solo, what's up?
I mean,
It's iffy.
I mean, it's weird, but I mean, at the same time, that's anywhere you go. I mean, I don't condone it. I don't want people to think I'm condoning it, but I mean, at the same time, yeah, they should have some kind of background check, I guess, at expos or venues. I mean,
Yeah, but as of right now, I guess there's no kind of background checks or nothing.
I've never encountered anything like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really even know how to respond to something like that. But I feel like there's a lot more people out there like that than we know. You know what I'm saying?
I'd agree.
Or that would even come forward enough to be like, hey, I have this on my record. So I don't know. I don't know anybody like that. I've never encountered anything like that or at a show or anything. This is the first time ever hearing about it being a thing in the reptile community. So I don't know.
Well, there's people out there trying to make this a thing. Yesterday on Mutation Creation,
a category 7 Billy rant.
Yeah, he was like Billy Flair, woo, all over the place. Like Billy was on a tear about that guy. And
I might watch that.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's great, dude. He just goes off. And it's basically, just some guy being a douche. Like, what's up, Orlando Magic Nation? So these guys here, they're a bunch of kids, like teenagers, and I come in on their live, and they seem to be pretty good supporters, so I'll shout them out. Heck yeah. But they're in the community with sports. I like sports, so heck yeah.
I guess what it all boils down to is are you continuing to be a creep?
Exactly. Well, this guy continually did this for like 10 years. So
I think if you do it, regardless, you're a creep, no matter if you ain't did it in 50 years. But you know what I mean? I hate to judge somebody for something they did a long time ago because, I mean, fuck, everybody makes mistakes, but I'm not Jesus, so I don't really forgive. But I do understand what you're saying. There are different reasons why people are on that list or whatever. Or, I mean, hell, you can be 18 and be in a relationship with a 17-year-old, and if their parents don't like it in Alabama, you can get fucking sexual assault charges, So, I mean, I don't know. It's too many gray areas.
I get that, but, I mean, after doing the research, they was like, it's there, right? Minor charges and stuff. It's, I don't know. I think these expos should definitely run background checks on the vendors, and I don't know how bad it would hurt our community, but I'd rather not have people like that in the community.
Yeah, the same thing goes for like certain other things, especially if you have like an animal abuse charge in your.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Why are
an animal abuser
letting you at a show? I don't. Anyway.
No,
but animal abusers could go too. Right. Yeah. We don't need them either.
That's 100% right, man.
I mean, and my book, both of them, just there's no room for it. There's no place for it. I mean, we can't even get along about, normal fucking genes. You know what I mean? Like, this community will get started on shit over this thing, sentient or not. And it's just like, we need to stop fighting and, join together and make this a better hobby. Like, cut out the losers. Like, you might have to, do the hard thing. Stop talking to someone that mentored you because they touched a little girl 20 years ago. I mean, are they still doing it? You don't know. I mean, it's a tricky situation. I mean, because something happened 30, 40 years ago, and you got a 60-year-old man, and it hasn't done it for 40 years. In my mind, that guy should be forgiven. You know what I mean? You got 40 years good. You know, all right. But anything within 5 years, I don't know.
You're glitching in and out, Ken.
Probably because I'm like a little nervous about that. I just don't like this conversation.
I
didn't
don't know.
really wanna talk about it.
Let's talk about fucking
Snakes.
if did Morph Market ban fucking Nerd?
No, that was clickbait by Donnie.
That was clickbait. I fucking hate Donnie. I fucking hate him. He's a bastard.
So, like,
That's all I wanted to
my
say.
opinions on that, like, been looking at Morph Market here recently, and is it just me, or is it harder to navigate through Morph Market now?
I don't get on it too much.
I haven't really had an issue. I'm not on it too often, just to update my my listing singular. But I sort of know what I'm looking for, so I just type that in the search bar, and it's not there. It's not there.
Say if you're looking up for a clown, just make it simple, and you're going through, and there's a bunch of het clowns that come up. Like, you got to go through 2 or 3 pages of het clowns before you even get to the clown.
Yeah, with
Or
one
a bunch of
clown
boss
in it.
hats, and yeah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But you can remove the hats as you filter the search. It's kind of dumb like that.
Yeah, I mean, the old day you could type in clown and get nothing but clown. Like when I first started.
I think they're trying to fix that. I thought I heard that they're trying to fix shit like that, to where, like, if you want a banana ball python, you can type in banana ball python and it's going to show you only the bananas.
Right.
And at first, you know, now if you type in banana ball python now, it's going to show you a crazy ass banana with 50 other genes in it, and it's got banana in it. And then you're going to scroll for freaking ever. Because I've put it in when I do look at it, like, I'll put in no hets, you know, I'll put in single gene, all that kind of shit, and it still shows me, like, just all kind of different ridiculous shit that I don't even care to look at. And then I'll find the gem, but it does take some work sometimes. But I don't know. I don't really get on it.
What up, James? Oh, yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a recovering addict too, Smay. I don't have no drug charges on my record, but I have a gun charge on my record, and, like, it's stupid. Like, it's not a felony. It's a misdemeanor 1, but I got pulled over. I had a gun in my car. I had my hands out the window when they came up, and they asked me why. So they got a gun in the car. It's loaded. Don't want no issues with it. Gave it to them, and they still said it wasn't an open carry. I was concealing it without a permit. I don't know how that's concealing without a permit, but that's on my record. With a bunch of simple assaults.
I'm curious what old Kraft is over there twiddling his beard hairs, thinking about what genes he's got paired.
Oh, I just do that. It's a
I do too.
service habit.
But I know,
I know
you're over there. What
That's
do
a
you
good
got?
job,
You
Eric.
got any crazy shit coming that you're excited about or whatever?
Not this year. I have a
I'm not a rebel.
bunch of head ultramel stuff, and then I'm hoping for double head ultramel pieds. So it's sort of building for the future. I have some other stuff in that ultramel pied project growing up. I have a pied 100% head ultramel girl. So hopefully, you know, I hit the male double head, and that'll be ready when she's ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. If not, I can just pair my ultramel to her, make ultramel 100% pieds, hopefully hit a male, and then wait a year or whatever. And I would have actually better odds with that pairing than double het to the visual het. So
you like the pieds?
It's something I have more of than the other recessives. I have quite a bit of hypo too.
Hell yeah, John. Bring the BS. I don't mind it.
We're trying to mix hypo into our stuff now, slowly, you know, but it just takes time.
So hopefully, I mean, this one I guess is if everything works, it's going to be nice. I'm pairing a blade clown possible het hypo to an orange dream possible double het clown hypo. So if I hit that, that'll be awesome. But that's I think a real long shot.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I enjoyed the reptile talk, but, you know, I just wanted to comment on Smay's serpents. You're lucky that you got out so soon, dude. You're 26. You know, I know people that's in their 40s still trying to get clean, dude. You got a whole life ahead of you. Keep going, hang strong. And Zach, 6 years, you know, clean. Heck yeah, dude. You're another young one. You know, you got your whole life in front of you. You got all that bullshit over. Hell, it took me to the age of 40 to get clean. I'm almost 45, and I got 4 years clean. So if I would have did that when I was your guys' age, younger, I'd be so much further ahead. But yeah, dude, you just got your whole life ahead of you. Like, heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's up, PJ? Thanks for coming in.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, drugs are bad. Like so, like my Ultramel stuff, I have 4 clutches. I put my Ultramel or gravel double het clown Ultramel to 4 different females. He went to an ivory het clown, so that 50% would be nice if I got a visual clown. He went to a spot nose het clown that is just weird. It's got like vanilla and spark in the clutch. I don't know if it's vanilla. I don't know if it's spark. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. But it went to that thing. It also went to the bamboo black pastel Ultramel. So trying for a visual Ultramel that proves out clown. And what's the other? Oh, it went to the gravel female. So I'll have super gravels. And if I get a super gravel that proves out both, that's going to be freaking awesome. If it proves out het clown or het Ultramel, I'll probably get all super gravels tested. If I get 1 or 2, I'll get them tested.
Yeah, for me, if it's, if I don't hit the double visual in that clutch I'm trying for, I'm not even going to test anything unless it comes, if it comes out visual, then sure, I'll test it for hypo. But if I don't see, either or, then it's like, well, I know they're going to be 100% het for clown. So, do I really want to test everything for hypo?
Yeah.
I'm just going to test the parents and save some money. So it's,
you're right. Anyway. It's no joke, Tim. The shit will fuck your life up and fuck it up in a bad way. But,
I like the testing. Like you said, Craftbird. What's your name, man? Kent.
And normally I got the little thing down there that tells you my name under the brand name, but Ken didn't activate that part of the StreamYard.
I didn't know I could. I don't know how. I'm sorry.
See, I'm like you, I guess. I would like to, I'm not necessarily
when do you come in?
Like it enough to test every snake, but I'm like you. I wouldn't mind testing my parents, or if I have a clutch hatch out and I know that it's pretty much from this snake, this male, and I want to know for a fact because of the dollar, the amount might be a lot different. Then I could send that off and I would know, I could send 1 baby or 2 babies. And if they all have the same traits and it came from that father, even if I sold it for a possible, or whatever, then it's still better than just selling it as a normal or, not knowing what you have. And I think in the sense of testing, that's really good. So people actually do know what they're working with. Cause I have snakes and man, they just hatch out snakes. Last year we had them hatch out and we're like, what the hell are these?
Right.
And we can't figure it out. But now that there's testing, but see the genes, like one of the genes I want is Mandarin. And of course they don't test for Mandarin.
Right.
So, I will have to wait until, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. It's 2023. So
yeah, and it's still relatively new and they're still mapping.
Yeah.
I sent those pictures to Glenn and he said, I don't know, maybe.
I know, dude. I'm so freaking tempted to.
And that's what I kind of said. I don't know, dude. Maybe that thing's orange. Like I can't say yes.
If I have 2 males and 2 females that are orange like that with that copperish orange look up the sides, I'm gonna keep them and breed them back.
Yes,
absolutely. I have to. Because you're talking about the difference between me selling it at a show for $25 or $50, for a normal, or me selling it for a few thousand or $1,000 or whatever. You know how many rats I can buy for $1,000 damn dollars?
Right.
For real.
Smay is who won the Smay Serpents. Anyways, he won the giveaway snakes that I got from KY. So, brother, I would go support Smay Serpents. He's just a young dude trying to make some difference in his life. Go help him out. But this DG thing and this genetic testing, I could see this getting blown out of proportion.
It already has.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Like everyone's saying, like, I don't want to buy DG now unless it has papers and this and that. Like
even the people that are like talking about it, like the big people, like what is it, Canova, is that how you say it, and all these other people?
Mm-hmm.
they're like, you know, you can still produce a DG and it's going to be a DG, but it's not going to look like a DG. And, you know, it's just too many variables. So I mean, in my mind, it seems like just breed what you like. And if it's a DG, then it's a DG. If it's not, who gives a shit? You know,
That's
I mean,
just it, John. They're saying it's not the same odds. They're saying if you have a Desert Ghost, it's only Desert Ghost A and Desert Ghost B. There's no guarantee that it's going to pass to every offspring. But now this DGC, which they think is enhancer, I don't think that's been in stone yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's too many damn loose ends, you know.
But they're thinking this DGC is enhancer, and it's normal odds. DGC is gonna work like, you know, your normal recessive animal. But if you got a DGA and a DGB, like it's kind of hit and miss. You're not going to get the odds that you're expecting. From my understanding, I don't know if I have that right.
I don't have DG, so I don't care.
So
I want to buy more DG now.
So
I like it difficult.
I could see now. It's purely anecdotal, but you know, because I've only heard it a few times when you have a visual to a het. You know, where you're never hitting, or like if many people had a visual DG to a visual DG and they hit normals, okay, then I think there's a much bigger deal. But I don't really think there's been that big of an occurrence. I just think it's some people are getting hosed on het to hets, which you can get hosed on a het to het on any.
Yeah, like a head-to-head pairing, you're no guarantees anywhere.
So
that's why the testing does come in handy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I was saying last time, if like I don't spend ridiculous money on snakes. We're hobbyists. We do it for a hobby. We're not gonna get rich. We don't give a shit about the money. So we don't invest a lot of money into it. You know, we invest a lot of time and not money. And so that being said, I would never spend that amount of money on one of them snakes anyways. So to me, if I was to do that, like if for some foreseen reason I hit, you know, a lotto scratch off and I was like, I'm going to go buy me a damn clown this $10,000 snake, you know, I want to know that's what I'm getting. Because if you think about it, and you use this reference too, Ken, about is it going to be like the bulldog world or the AKC and all that shit, you know? And it might be because to that point, when you're spending thousands of dollars, when you're spending fucking half of your house, you know, total on a snake, then you should be entitled, in my opinion, to have the insurance from the breeder to say that is what this is. It's been sent to the lab. They've said that this is what this is before you give me $20,000 or $10,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that is a lot of damn money. And people, you know, like all the people that started this breeding ball pythons with all these different genes, when they started it, they were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on all these different snakes because they were so different. And it come to find out they weren't nothing special. So they're out all that money. And I don't know why anyone wouldn't want that insurance policy, you know, with that shed test.
Right.
Spend money like that. But that being said, like, again, we don't buy expensive snakes like that. I think the most we've ever spent on a snake was maybe $700, maybe. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know. I like that. You know, I would want that.
TJ brings up an interesting point. She says she's looking at it like it's lines of xanthic. I mean, you can read that all if you want, but that's basically what she says. And could be. I mean, maybe one day we'll have like 4 or 5 lines of DGs.
They're all.
What's up, Phil?
All aren't compatible, right? So you can't. If you take an MJ to a VPI, you're going to get all double hets.
Right.
So I was watching John Feely with Rich McCall, and he had this mystery xanthic that he was just constantly pairing. He finally figured out which one it was, and it was MJ. But yeah, that's the one where I would never buy an xanthic unless you could tell me what the hell it actually is.
Yeah,
right.
It is
right.
Because, if I'm working with TSK and what you sold me is actually a VPI, that ain't helping me.
That's cool, Smee. That snake's gonna help you out.
In his water bowl?
I think that's what I'm talking about. That one from Roe. It's like a pastel, enchy, yellow belly, fire clown, something like that. Female. I forget, but it's not a bad price. But yeah, from what you said though, Ken, like, but are they compatible? Like with Xanthic, they're not all compatible, but it seems like these DG lines are.
So, from my understanding, and I know nothing about like genetics, it's like it's a polygenic trait.
Yeah, it's a polygenic trait.
So, like blonde hair, blue eyes. I got the blue eye part. I had the blonde hair part when I was a kid. I obviously do not have blonde hair. So I mean, it's just something that like turns it on. So that's what that I guess they're referring to the DGC as. So you have the A and the B from the het. You need the C. But if you have the homo A and the het B, that can work. Yeah, it's polygenic. So it and like leopard geckos, my understanding, the raptor thing is the same thing, where it's a bunch of different interactions that produce that cool looking albino. What you got there? Something in yellow belly.
Highway.
Dude, listen to this. Listen to this story, man. We traded this snake for a freaking spider, just a regular spider ball python, female. And I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. And we bought this snake from a random person, or we didn't buy it, we traded it, for that spider. And come to find out, it is from the same breeder that lives right down the street from us. That sold it to them, and she bred this. Isn't that crazy?
Awesome.
How the hell does shit end up like that? You know what I'm saying?
Small world. Small world. And now, is that a highway or a freeway?
That's a highway.
Yeah.
It's a highway 100% het pod, and I know it's 100% het pod because, like I said, she lives right down the street, and
right.
I know her. And what is it, J5? If everybody wants to look at her snakes on Morph Market, I'll shout her out. Her company is J5 in Millbrook, Alabama, and she's got some banger ass snakes, man.
J5, check her out.
Yeah, dude.
But that's even cool because it's a het. You got a Leland combination with a het to it. So
Morgan, she loves the pods, so that's what she's trying to get into.
Right.
So
now, I mean, since that's an elite combo, a Leland combo, the only thing that you could put to that to where you're going to be able to tell the difference in the snakes is like a super from that combination.
Well, we have a super sin pinstripe.
Well, it's going to be like a super gravel or super asphalt or super specter or something like that, because that's an allelic. It's going to put yellow belly or gravel in every egg. You're not going to be able to tell if that's pastel yellow belly or pastel gravel, is what I'm saying.
Her way of thinking is she don't really care. She just wants pods.
Right.
She wants to cut into an egg. Her dream is to cut open a pod egg. My dream is to cut open an albino egg.
Right.
That bright yellow and white snake. That's what we got in the incubator. No, I hope we got them in the incubator right now. I'm looking at them. I'm waiting, right? Like I'm freaking patiently waiting, but I hope to God this albino pinstripe mated with her. Like, I hope to God. So y'all pray.
I kind of like how he does things. I don't know if everyone's familiar that he's changing it next year, and he's going to start doing controlled males with females, but he like alternates males. So it's every clutch is a "Who's Your Daddy" clutch, and
I'm still going to have mine. That is the wild card. Breeding project that I just do what I do, and I make sure that the genes can be compatible together, of course. I've got Morgan for that. She's the smarter one. But yeah, man, I think it's fun to do that, because that way when you cut the egg, like I said, but we're not doing it for really profit. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it for profit, then you don't need to do that. You don't want to do that. But if you're doing it for fun and with the kids and shit, just to make a little extra money for rats, then it's fun to throw stuff, do a little bit of research and throw stuff, just different stuff. And I mean, hell, you never know. You'll come up with some cool looking snakes. And to me, it's just fun to do it. You know, when my kid comes in here and she's like, I want to see the eggs. I'm like, hell yeah, baby, let's look. You know what I mean? It's fun, you know? So, but I wouldn't recommend doing Who's Your Daddy. And like you said, next year, we're not 100% doing it.
All right.
We have a 50, probably, or I don't know, probably an 80-20 ratio of what we do, 80 being controlled males to females, you know.
So I was thinking about doing something like that for a just like next year, do a giveaway clutch and advertise it. Let my fans or people who watch, the viewers, pick out the pairings and do a Who's Your Daddy clutch, and then give away the eggs blind. Give blind eggs away off of a Who's Your Daddy clutch.
Dude, we've tried to do so many giveaways on here, and we did our TikTok thing, and we just gave that little girl her snake.
That's cool.
Like, we don't get a lot of traction on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at like 3-something subscribers, and at 500, I'm giving away a snake, you know? And I'm like, I don't understand why. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I don't want nobody to take it that don't need it or want it, you know? So that's first and foremost. But it's like, damn, because Morgan, she was on YouTube and she won a lot of her snakes. Just like that damn giveaway. She's just lucky when it comes to winning snakes.
Well, you won it, not her. You made your name.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, she was standing right there. Like, right there at the door. Yeah.
It's all her. She did it all.
Dude. So, I don't know. I didn't even really want those snakes, if I'm being 100% honest.
You know, like a lot of people downgrade albino. You know, they're like, oh, that's not really too good of a snake. And, you know, mostly higher end breeders stay away from things like albino. But you're missing that sale, you know, to someone that's looking for albino, because you're always going to sell albino, blue-eyed Lucy, hides, and other white snakes.
Albinos are fucking beautiful.
What up, Bosa? Things are coming in.
I have 0 albinos.
You want one? Do you want one?
No, I do not need another recessive.
I have lab albinos. I can send you some labs.
Well, I take that back. I have a possible het lavender albino male that sired my clutch from last year. So if he passed on those genes, I could have some possible lavender. But other than that, I prefer like ultramelon, like the T positive stuff.
Oh yeah,
the first double recessive that I really wanted to hit. It's not a big deal now. That is a Grail clown lab, and I got a couple clown lab clutches. I got edited 2. I'll put you back on.
I mean, you can't tell me you don't like albinos. I mean, get fucking bent.
I mean,
it was
not you, dude. Not you, Kent. I'm just saying, like he was saying that. I'm saying in general, like, man, dude.
So, Smay, what would happen is you would get a bunch of, say, if your blue-eyed Lucy is like a Mojave Lesser, you would either get Mojave or Lesser het albinos. Every snake would either be Mojave or Lesser, and every snake would be het albinos.
That's why I hope he bred with our pastel albino.
Or bamboo, or whatever your snake is from that.
That's my big fear, is an all-white snake that's packed with genes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't tell.
By the way, this is a blue-eyed Lucy, but it's also an Enchi clown hypo.
Yeah, I mean, that would kind of be interesting to do. Say you have a super Mojave clown pied, and you take it to like I don't know, like a super lesser, you know, whatever else, and have other genes in it, and get like a definite clown that is a bell. Like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're holding it back, or you're selling it cheap, or you know.
Oh, I'm holding it back for breeding purposes, of course.
I mean, so if it so happens, and you know that it has to be, you know, whatever genes are in it, you know, behind the blue-eyed Lucy complex, that's one thing. If you're going to breed it, because then everything's going to be, you know, one of the blue-eyed Lucy complexes plus the whatever it's, you know, hidden back there. But
we'll be watching, Zach. Bust it up, dude. I hope you kill it. We'll be watching.
it's my fear for me because I have so much like bell stuff just lying around. So if I want to take my super pastel leopard butter and pair it to my super pastel Enchi butter ghost, it's great the first time around. Everything's going to be a super pastel. It has to be.
Right.
I might not know about the leopard or Enchi unless I look at it, but everything's going to be, have for hypo. So if I do that pairing and try to figure out which one's leopard, then I can pair it. But I run into the issue if it passes on the butter. If I have it in a bell, because then I can hit that when I'm trying to make the visuals.
Everything het ghost or het hypo isn't a bad thing. I mean, you got to work a recessive. Just start working doubles and start working doubles as soon as you can.
I like ghost.
Yeah. I love ghost. I love the orange ghost line. I mean, it is so impressive. Like I don't know how else to say it.
Phantom and ghost, and there's just certain genes that just grab you. You know what I mean? And I feel like,
yeah, I have one of each.
I
have a ghost. I have orange ghost. So I don't really.
Bells do sell for sure, Carlos. Bells sell.
Oh yeah, everybody likes white snakes, but it is hard. I can imagine. I've never had a all white snake, but hatch one out. But I have two bamboos. I have a bamboo Enchi and a fucking bamboo Enchi super pastel, and I am waiting. You know what I'm saying on them. But I should know exactly what's in them because I'm doing, the controlled breeding. And based on what the people I got these snakes from, I trust. So,
Right.
So I'm hoping that I get a white snake next year. But, I'm with you. It would be hard to tell. And, you don't want to rip somebody else off and you don't want to get ripped off yourself in a sense.
You're just trying, so if I do hit bells in the clutch that I'm waiting for here, they're going to be super butters, and they have to be pastel.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the pairing works. So if you get leopard in there, congrats. You got a free gene. Because it's going to be so hard for me to prove.
Yeah.
I have to take it under the black light, and it's a hard sell as a pet.
Or do a shed testing.
Dang, Zach, that sounds pretty good. I wondered, because there's not many bamboo clown combos out there, and if they do, it's got like pastel in it. Like I haven't seen any bamboo black pastel leopard, like stuff like that. So yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't either. I mean, really, come to think of it,
Two females. Nice.
So for me, it's all trying to make pairings that line up, so I don't run into that. Oh, I could hit a bell here and potentially screw myself over with having to either figure out what it is or sell it as something less than what it is.
No, you got to show a picture to come up. I'm not trying to get wienered. I won't let you up unless you show yourself. So
nice.
Blackhead bamboos, yeah, I'd like to see that too.
Yeah, at some point I want to replace my butter stuff with special and bamboo.
Of course, no problem, Smay. We'll help you. But now I will say with that is, man, IDing some of these clutches, like Shane's puzzle clutch, like you have no idea how much people are just being like, that is puzzle or that isn't puzzle. How much different answers you get on every freaking snake.
Oh, if it's somebody that works in puzzle and they work in puzzle, that's one thing. But if it's just I have 0 puzzle in my collection and I'm IDing a puzzle, I wouldn't take my opinion on it.
All right. Well, I know one has to be puzzle. One has to be a visual puzzle. There's no doubt about it. There's nothing else that makes sense. But the other two, I kind of want to say they're puzzles too. But say he hit 3 puzzles off a head-to-head pairing, it's rough. It's rough. It is rough, pulling some of these clutches and then really IDing these animals. I'm getting the first taste of it with Shane's, and man,
just
it's
wait.
rough.
Just wait. Yeah, just
in
like
the egg, you think it's one thing, it comes out, you think it's another thing.
dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Even if you control it, even if you have controlled breeding, and you have a fucking normal and a fucking clown, it could breed something and you not know what it is because of a hidden gene or something crazy. You know, it wasn't a normal, it was a specter or whatever. You know, I mean, I've had that happen. You know, like, I mean, it sucks when that happens to an extent because you don't know what you have, but at the same time, it's cool because you know there's something else in there. You know, but it does get hard, man.
So you guys got to go check out Shane's videos and look at that puzzle because that one he got is crazy. Like it's just a crazy looking puzzle. The for sure puzzle. There ain't no doubt in my mind that that's not a puzzle. We kind of got verification from puzzle people today. It's puzzle for sure. So now the two that's in question, they're in question about it too. They're like, man, that's either a really good het or a puzzle. And it's just like, ooh. And how do you price that? You know what I mean? If you'd want to sell it, how do you price that?
Well, I mean, if it's a hat and it looks really, really good, I mean, there's one thing about a snake that looks good, right?
Right.
Like you could have something with 4 genes that's like meh. You remove one of them, and that 3 gene animal is like, well, that's my holdback because it's stunning.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I would price it. I mean, I don't know. That is a hard question because
and you got to price it. You got to advertise it as what it is.
Yeah, as long as you advertise it as such, like, you know, look up the price of it, you think it is, and then drop that price significantly and put on there, you know, I'm still asking this much for it because it could be this, but that's, you know, that's the gamble you take if you're breeding animals, you know, or reptiles, not really necessarily dogs because they have papers and they're registered and everything else. But if you're breeding reptiles, man, it just gets so hard. And that's why I try not to damn focus on that really expensive shit because I don't know, man. I don't want to get ripped off and I don't want to rip somebody else off.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to be a dumbass and not know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I got? Here you go. It's just a normal $50.
So
and
I need eggs, period. You're saying Pippin, I just need eggs, period.
I like the surprise, right? So my first clutch, I didn't know. I thought my female was heifer pied. I found out that in the first clutch that she was, so that was exciting. But with everything this year, you know, the one in the incubator now, everything's yellow belly. I know that. Now the surprise is what other genes are in there, and you know how are they interacting, and then with the potential blue-eyed Lucy clutch, everything's passed out. So it's like I know, so at least I know those are there. So that's why I like doing the acts like super pairings or super pairings, or you know the recessives because I know.
I mean, like one of the things that I thought about when I first got in, like one of my first projects I wanted to do was produce like full clutches of super gravels. What's up, Mitzi?
Well,
how's it going?
I would be very happy with a super gravel female right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a super gravel clown. That would be awesome because then I can put my highway to do that.
Do what?
Put my highway to that snake and then have everything het clown, super gravel.
Come on up, PJ. You're welcome. Or, Greg too if you want.
Highways.
I got to get a drink.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that recessive worked into that project.
I don't like recessive, man. I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people like bag on me for it, but people bag on me anyway, so fuck them.
What up, Rob? Yeah, you know what? People's gonna bag on you no matter what. If you got it or you don't got it, you're gonna get bagged on.
Recessives to me is like I'm waiting for something that I want, and I'm very impatient. And then if you have,
then you just gotta be lucky.
And then you're like, all right, like you said, I don't know if it's het for this. You know what I mean? You have all the hets you have to figure out and shit. She likes recessive. Morgan does. Just because, you know, let's be honest, most of the recessive genes look better than the not recessive. So.
Yeah, but some of these combos, dude. So, looking at a purchase that is probably going to happen, it has Harley Quinn in it. So I've been looking at this Harley-Quinn gene
You heard of that?
quite a bit and doing some research. And in my opinion, someday it's going to come out to be the same as red xanthic. In my opinion.
I mean, that could happen with a lot of things. There's a lot of ones that are similar that are the same. And there's ones that are similar that, acts like super. So, banana core or glow. Depends on where you got it. Butter lesser.
Well, I found 2 snakes that I did this comparison off of. They gave it to me. One was a pastel red xanthic. And the other one was a black pastel, green pastel, Harley-Quinn. And green pastel was HRA, and I think Harley-Quinn is HRA. So they basically, I think they were a pastel red xanthic and a black pastel red xanthic. Looked exactly the same, except the pastel was lighter.
Right. I mean, or it could be somebody misid'd it at some point.
Right. I mean, it could be misid'd, and I could be wrong. But I did some other checking with other combinations, and man, it's close.
Like you have so many people that have clowns that also have blade, and they might not know it.
Oh yeah, well
or their leopards are het pied. That can get drug along with the stripy line of leopard.
Something's going on in my leopard clown, and I don't know what it is. And I was thinking maybe that it's just the het pied marker doing something funny in it.
Yeah, I mean, I have now we don't know, there was no het pied that we know of, but it's got a ringer,
right,
and railroad tracks.
Well, ringer gene. Like, what's up with that ringer gene?
It's a spot nose leopard, but it definitely looks het for pied.
Right.
Now Chris didn't have. He brought in the sire, so he didn't know whether or not it was actually het for pied or not.
Right.
And he didn't prove it out. So,
I bred that super sin pin to that champagne. I'm trying to get some ringers. I think they're beautiful.
Champagne is crazy. That was my first clutch. I produced a het pied that was insane.
Isn't it a super Cinny champagne called an urban camo?
Yeah.
Them things sell for a lot of money. Like they sell. They're up there.
Morgan said that's her dream.
Like gray matter. Gray
matter.
I was gonna do that project, urban camo, gray matter, and I'm like, there's too much. I've heard too many horror stories about some of them. In the incubator where you can do the same thing with some other genes and get the same look for less.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't mess with my incubator. My incubator is so touchy that if I do, it's gonna throw me all off.
Dude, like when my power goes out, like because it flickers a lot here. It don't go out. It flickers a lot. Like at least twice a month, the thing flickers. And every time it flickers, I got to remember to set my thermostat again.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You need to just I'm going to get you a fucking herpstat, man.
You get a new thermostat at that point.
I'm going to get you a fucking herpstat too.
Listen. It's not that bad, though, because the preset is 88.8. And, like, I forgot about it. Like, and then the next morning, I was like, all right, let me see what this incubator's doing. And I checked it, and it was only 87 inside. And it was off for, like, the whole night. So if it kept 87, I think I'll be all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think mine's saying like 86 something right now inside the tub, but it's not.
PJ, John, what's up?
Hey.
We can't see you, John. I'm removing him until I see him because I'm not getting wienered again.
I was just about to say he's about to flip on that light, dude. You better change it.
Yeah, you need to turn on a light. Yeah, there's pickled. We're pickled. But we're not getting wienered. John, you got to put on some light or something. I can't see you. There's a dark room. That's all I see. Let me see your face. I look at your house. I need to see your face. I don't need to see the house. You got to flip the camera, John. Flip the camera. Sorry, I'm just talking to John. Like he's backstage and his camera's not flipped.
Now we're talking.
I had to go wash my hands just so I could pull the pickles out so I could pickle flash you.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed the flash. I mean, that was nice of you.
Y'all breed any other kind of snakes or any kind of reptiles?
I inadvertently bred leopard geckos this year.
That's pretty cool, though.
I got one egg in the incubator. I have no clue what the heck it's going to be.
Nice. That's cool.
There's like 16 different possibilities based on what's in there. And what could pass on, what can't pass on. It'll be fun.
So I think I'm bringing, because I'm going to Warfels this week, and I think I'm bringing like booze cupcakes because it sounds like it's a booze party. Everyone's just going to get drunk. So I'm making booze cakes.
Yeah, some people will get drunk.
We're driving 5 hours to get there, so I'm going to be trashed, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm not sure which ones I want to do. We've done a lot of these. We did like margarita ones, watermelon margarita, like slippery nipple ones, freaking ones with Kahlua. I don't know. We've done probably 20 or 30 different ones.
Yeah, I'm doing my good old smoked deviled eggs.
Oh,
and
I've never tried them. So
I think because there's going to be a heck of a lot more people this year. I might do a thing of buffalo chicken dip just to cover myself.
I haven't really been told what to bring, so I think I'm just going to go like full on deep south and bring a big ass thing of banana pudding.
Well, good. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about doing banana pudding too. So nope, I'm out of the banana pudding. I'm glad I brought that up because everyone would have tasted my banana pudding and you would have felt bad and you'd have been like, well, damn, everyone's eating his and not mine.
Look, you're a northerner. You can't claim the banana pudding.
I was going to say, you're a Yankee, Ken. You can't be saying shit like that, man.
Dude, I was born in Texas. What are you talking about? I got my southern roots.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if that counts.
I don't think it does. I think he's a goddamn. You see my fingers? What's that say? I'm a country southern son of a bitch. You can come on down here to the Roll Tide, Alabama.
Oh, it's easy down there. Only thing I got to do is yell "Roll Tide" and everyone will like me.
Hey, everybody will fucking say it back, dude.
I mean, I can lie, but I mean.
Oh shit.
We're right now we're living where it's classified as the South, but I don't know if it really.
Hey, like 15 minutes south of Gettysburg's the South. So.
All right, I see John's face. All right, John, I see you now. Sorry to kick you out, but you know, TJ was flashing a pickle, and I seen a dark room, and I'm like, I'm not taking a chance on this one. I got to take you out. TJ was already flashing a pickle. It was about to go down in my mind. We can't hear you yet, John. I don't know. Your microphone's out.
What, son? I have to clean the rats. I'm not coming upstairs right now.
We just see you smiling. He has such a nice smile, don't he? No.
No.
Nothing.
Sorry, I'm all up in my camera. I'm trying.
That's all right. No. So what Ian's got waiting on? You said you're waiting on peppers. What Ian's waiting on to pep?
We've got, look, get down, assholes. We have the yellow, let's see, we got the Who's Your Daddy clutch, since y'all were just talking about that. That's the yellow belly, pastel lesser.
Female.
That was originally bred to the butter DG, but she was just kind of hanging there, not really going. So we locked her up to the bamboo pen because the butter DG isn't here. She was locked to her 4 times before we got her.
See, yeah, I don't know why it's flipped, guys. I don't know.
That sucks.
I mean, it's a nice kitchen chair you got there.
Yeah.
Very
hey, you could thank Shane and Tamara for that.
Go down to your camera settings. It's in your camera settings, John.
Yeah, I got it. Front facing. You see me?
There you go. There you go.
There we go. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. Sorry, guys. I didn't
You're
mean to
really
interrupt you.
loud, though. I don't know if you got your mic turned up, but you're like way loud.
Hey, it's a super top-notch phone. That's why.
Yeah, I bet. How big's your microphone?
Yeah, apparently.
What is
How
Here we
big's
go.
your microphone?
I'm not coming upstairs right now.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
They do.
Yeah, you're a little low now, but I mean it's better than it was.
How's
It's
that?
better than ringing.
How's that?
You're good. Good.
All right.
That was so good it got 2 thumbs up.
Hey. No, sorry to interrupt the show, guys. What's up?
No, you ain't interrupting. You're all right.
Yeah. Good panel.
But did you put anything together this year, John?
So I have lav stuff that I want to get going. So I have a male that yellow belly leopard lavender het pied male that I've got for a couple females, but he'll probably be good to go in a couple months. And I compare him to the females that I got ready. I'm still a small breeder for anybody that doesn't know me. I have less than 20. I have like 16 snakes, I think, right now. So not huge, nothing crazy yet. Didn't start out super great. But it's just, learning and stuff like as you go. But so I'll probably pair him. So the yellow belly, leopard, lavender, het pied to a pastel lesser female that I got.
Right.
And then she'll make hets, obviously. You know what I mean?
Obviously.
So it's gonna suck because I got to find a female that I can hopefully hold back. So I got that going on. I'm also going to pair him to a lavender het pied female. So that's a dreamsicle project. I'll probably be looking for another lavender, pied or a pied het lavender or something.
Yeah, you need a pied het lav for sure. That's how you want to go with that.
Yeah, for sure. Because I do love the lavender project. And actually what's great is my pastel lesser, which is no hets or anything. She was one of the first snakes I picked up. She will be able to make a reverse pattern albino. Well, she won't directly, but her babies will be able to make a reverse. If they carry on the lesser gene, they'll be able to make a reverse pattern albino, which is what the lesser does to albino, like visual albinos. It actually reverses the yellows and the whites. So it like reverses everything, which is really interesting. So I'll be able to get that project going and things like that. But I also have that male who will hopefully be able to go to a spark in a year, which was my very first ball python. Nothing, like I said, nothing crazy, but it'd be nice to be able to make leopard puma lavender pies or hat pies, which would be crazy. But my projects aren't super crazy. I still need a lot of stuff for my projects. My snakes are still young. I only have 2 ready, which one bred my first clutch, and then I have a normal that can go, and then that pastel lavender or pastel lesser, which can go this year or anytime pretty much. But I just need a good male for him or for them. The females, and then so I can either wait and do my lavender. Maybe I can borrow one of Shane's. Maybe I think he's got like a fire clown he would let me use. I think it's like a fire. Yeah, I think like a fire clown or something.
We use a fire clown, yeah.
Yeah. But so I might wait until my lavender's ready to go because I really do love lavender. I think it's a really, really awesome gene. So
I think there's you got yellow belly in it, and I think that is a key gene to lavender.
Yeah, yellow belly. Yeah.
And Enchi too. You might want to add Enchi because Enchi adds some color to lab. And I mean, if you build off your lab size,
blackhead.
I'll send you a female next year.
Dude, I know you and I like the same lavender stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get lavender like puzzle and clowns and all that good stuff.
I'm still waiting on my first clutch too. So, I mean, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one that doesn't have eggs yet this year.
This guy don't. I only had 1 clutch ever, but I'm really kind of waiting on it. For anybody that doesn't know as well, I moved to Texas recently, like 3 months ago, and I've got like an apartment lined up within the next week or 2. But basically, I moved out here with Shane from Heads and Tails and Tamara from Heads and Tails. And
I like those.
Yeah, man. Like, so I got an apartment a couple blocks away, which is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Glad to
And
see
so
you down there
then I'll be able to
progressing,
start
putting
getting
things
on to my
together.
own breeding and stuff. Because if I breed now, like, I don't know, I just want things to be ready and stuff. But I got some cool stuff because I got like a really cool incubator that I'm converting. And then yeah, then we can start breeding.
Right. So Nick, what would you say, bud?
Oh no, I was asking Kent how long he's got until his clutch, man, is ready to.
I think I got about 2 weeks. I think.
How much? How long have yours been in the incubator, Kent?
Me?
Yeah.
5 hours?
Oh shit.
I pulled them when I got home
You
from
just
work.
had eggs today?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man, I missed that. I was at work. I just got home from like 2 or 3 hours ago.
I posted it on the Instagram. I didn't do a video because
Oh yeah.
I don't know when she laid, and I wanted to make sure I got everything out.
Wow.
Yeah.
was
I was
like
at work all day, so
15 seconds of clips that I haven't updated, but still waiting on another one.
dude, congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully there's some.
I'm going to be the last one that don't have a clutch. It's going to be me. I'm going to end it all. Then I'm going to blow it up. Everything's going to go.
Hey, for me, last year was like middle of July.
That's when I think mine's going to lay, about the middle of July.
So all of y'all, I'm assuming, breed seasons. Y'all don't breed all year, just seasons.
I'm just putting them together whenever they're ready. Whenever they weigh, they're going
What
together.
about you, TJ? TJ, do you have a breeding season, or do you breed all year round?
Well, we started last year with the intent to breed in a breeding season. And
Okay.
basically our females told us to get bent. They were doing whatever the hell they wanted. So
Yeah, I could see that maybe. So I'm
Yeah,
so new. I still have to
whenever
learn
we-
a lot of different breeding habits. It kind of sucks, but it's part of the fun journey.
Whenever we had
had some that were first-time breeders. We had some that were established breeders. So they kind of were already on their own little timeline. And so, I mean, like we've got 3 clutches in the incubator. One that laid early. She was like 3, maybe 4 days early when I went back and looked at the calendar. One that laid 3 days late, and one that laid literally right on day 30. And then we've got some girls that have been locking for months that are still sitting at 20, 22 millimeters that are just like creeping up.
Wow,
like
Eric, that sucks, dude.
1 or 2 millimeters a week.
Yeah.
Don't leave, dude. Don't leave us, buddy.
Don't leave, Eric.
I mean, it's going to get hairy. It's going to get hairy for
I don't think
a bit.
you're ever going to fully leave. I think if anything, you'll still be a keeper, but you decide where your priorities are and where things are. But I would love to do
I
this
agree, Zach.
as a business.
I'd be kind of sad if Eric sold out.
Yeah,
Sold out.
man.
It sold all his stuff.
Don't leave.
I mean, if I have to get lean, there's certain things that I'm definitely keeping.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely never getting out 100%.
You're not going to go from 60 or 70, 100 snakes to none.
I think what I have is still less than I would ever give away. I'd still want to keep 20, maybe even still 50. I would still maybe want to keep 50, even though I'm not at that level yet. But like, I'd love to just still have it as a fun hobby.
I was going to touch on that too. I don't think I got your name. Inquiline. What's your?
That's John.
It's Inquiline.
Okay, John.
Yeah. It's a zoology term. You can look it up later if you feel like doing all that. But my name is John. Yes.
All right, sweet. And I wanted to say something about what you said. You say you have a small clutch and all that shit, but man, that's awesome. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? So you can fucking focus on that. And you don't have.
Yeah, I have 16 snakes. I've only had 1 clutch.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't. We don't have a lot. I mean, we have, I think maybe 60 something, but a lot of them are babies. But I was gonna say, like, say you have a small clutch now, but it's like, and I'm sure every breeder goes through this. You have a small clutch, and then you have eggs, and then it's like, I'm keeping this, and then before you know it, you have fucking 80 snakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it happens like that. And
I'm just trying to see you, John, like progress. You went down there. now you're getting out on your own, and I want to see you stick with it and do it, dude.
So the reason
keep
why
it
I
up.
haven't paired or anything is because like I feel like there's a responsibility you have towards the snakes, not
Yeah.
just like I mean, yeah, there's a financial responsibility, there's a responsibility you have towards your snakes, and there's a responsibility you have like for buyers and other people. Like, like if I before you know it, if I have like I mean I don't have 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 breeder females, but let's say I had 5 or 6 breeder females and I pair them all, they all want to go. All of a sudden I have 30 freaking eggs, and that's another financial responsibility where you got to buy a whole another hatching rack, and then you wait a couple months and you got to buy another juvenile rack, and it's like it is a lot of money. People don't realize
Yeah.
how quick you can snowball. And so I'm at a certain level and I'm like, man, I know my limit. And I think it's irresponsible to go past a certain, like, you have to know your boundaries,
Yeah.
Like if you're going to put in, $2,000, like $1,000 every month towards your ball pythons, or you're going to get in a new ball python all the time, but you can't afford it. That's not the best thing for somebody, because it can be an addiction for people where they're like, oh, I'm going to buy everything. All of a sudden they're a year or 2 into it and they bought all these things they absolutely don't need for their collection.
Yes,
And
Ryan.
so
I'll
you
make
have to
you one.
slow
I don't
down
have the
and think about your
capabilities of doing it right
project.
now.
No, yeah, I agree, man. It is a responsibility, and
Yeah,
you know,
I get what you're saying, John.
I
I
like-
kind of have that dilemma now, right,
I
as we speak. Like,
And it's
if
like I
have
want to
all these
grow as
fucking
much as I
babies,
want 100 ball
and I can't get rid
pythons
of them.
tomorrow. It's not the best thing for my situation. It's not. And I'm going to get to a spot where I can do what I want full time. But
Appreciate
right
you,
now
John.
is not that time to just, like I'm still learning. It's okay for
Right.
me to learn at a pace because ball pythons have to grow. They have to, 1 to 3 years for them to be able to breed and this and that. So you like, if you want to do it that way, that's totally fine. Some
That's
people
why
might
I
get
don't-
pissed
I don't
off
like
that
holding
you're.
Thanks for coming in.
I don't want to hold nothing back.
Yeah.
Morgan,
Oh,
she's
you're
all
gonna sell
about,
them.
but I like the Mandarin. The ones we think might be Mandarin, of course, we're going to hold a few of them back, whatever. But I don't want to hold them back because it's like what you said. I don't want that responsibility because I work. I mean, I'm sure we all work, but I mean, I work 10 hours a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yep. That was
I
today.
feel like every day when I come home, the majority of my time when I get home, at least an hour is in the snake room, cleaning, checking. It's a as much as I want to don't say it because I'm a hobbyist breeder, it is a fucking job.
It is
Yeah,
a job. It is a
okay.
job. And people need to treat it like that, even if they love the animals. But if you just love the animals, maybe it's just a hobby and you want to do it as having some really badass pets. But, if you're not trying to make some money from it, then, okay. But like if you're trying to make money, like there's got to be a standard, like you have to still be able to come home and do your shit. If you don't, you're neglecting the animals.
Well,
right?
even if you're not trying to make money off of it, you still have to do it because
You
they
still
are
have to do it. 100%.
Yeah, they're still animals. They're living. You may have spent a lot of money on them. You may not have. They might have been fucking free, but regardless, it's an animal. You shouldn't have it. I mean, look at me. I got an expo coming up next month on the 22nd to show me your reptiles in Alabama.
Yeah.
We're taking our bearded dragon. We're taking a bunch of our adult ball python breeders, and we're taking our crested gecko. I mean, we're downsizing a lot and just trying to focus and have nothing but the snakes. I'm not getting rid of my fucking iguana. We're not getting rid of our big lizards, but at the same time, you have to know your limits, like you said. And
yeah,
if anyone ever feels like they feel bad for an animal at any point in their mind for thinking I don't play with it enough or I don't handle it enough, then you need to get rid of it to a better home.
You need to slow down and then rethink what you're trying to do. If you can't handle it, then you need to find some. Like I've had animals that I'm like, man, I don't give it enough attention. It's not what I thought it would be.
Agree, guys,
or I
100%
had a dog and I was working 10, 12 hours a day and I couldn't take care of her. Same thing. I had to I had to find her a better home,
Oh, yeah.
And, I had a bearded dragon that I was like, man, I always thought I would love a bearded dragon. And now that I have a bearded dragon for a whole year, I give it everything it needs, but it's like, I want to give it more, but I really probably can't. So like, bearded dragons kind of want a little bit of attention or like.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
You know,
that's,
so I'm like, I found her a better home, and same with my dog, and like, you know, I had to downsize a little bit, but you know, snakes kind of like being alone, and you know, as long as you can feed them, take care of them, make sure all your, you know, everything's right with them, like they're good pets, but you know, you're feeding them every week. How much does that cost?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
how much does it cost to start breeding? And you got to get an incubator, and you know, now you're looking at projects, and now you got holdbacks, and you know, it's like you got to really calculate your costs and really know what you're trying to build before you build it. You know.
And I want to say something about what Eric just said about it's about like a rare car or whatever. But but that's not true, because in the ball python game, you make more of that. In a rare car instance, there is no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why people like me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but me, myself, personally, I don't invest a lot of money into it, because in a year, you know, that damn $5,000 snake you got could be worth
get up there
$500 or $400, you know. And think about when bananas came into this country for 40 or more grand.
That's why you guys are in my basement, because of that cost.
Oh yeah. And like, guys, I can't breed rats right now. Like, that's my big downfall. You know, I can't breed rats, so I gotta buy them every week.
Me too, man. And it's
I buy my rats, but I got a hell of a rat keeper near me. I mean, when I'm paying $2, and it ain't bad at all.
Oh yeah,
well over 200 for Rodent Pro in like a month. Well over 200.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit of a
just on rats.
That's like
that's a little bit of a rat project there.
Yeah,
I wish I could do it.
I wish I could do it. Like $100.
It's growing, but
at best.
Right.
But it's getting there.
If I could breed rats, I totally would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. I love rats too.
That's true.
I agree, Zach, on some basis. If you got a $5,000 snake that, like, there's 20 of them out there, it'll be harder to sell, of course, because there's the same thing. I want to go something a little different than everyone else. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I'm going to be doing the same thing as everyone else, because you can't not do what everyone else is doing.
You can.
I'm trying to go a little further away from people where there isn't as much stuff being made.
Well, I wasn't saying that. I think Zach might have took it wrong. What I was saying is you might pay $5,000 that year, and then a year or so, by the time that snake's ready to breed, that snake ain't that valuable no more. And
I've seen that. I've seen values go down $500, $1,000 within a year and a half.
Like Desert Ghost Clowns right now.
It happened to one of my snakes.
$10,000 for a Desert Ghost Clown before this came out.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, now what? You know what I mean? Like, that thing might not even be Desert Ghost Clown. Like, it's possible that it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
Or even the hets. The hets are a worse possibility.
Man, I guess that's true. That's why people are freaking out. That's why people are freaking out.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely why.
I'm like, man, I guess I got to put myself in the perspective of, like, me getting a DG, het DG today, and I buy a het DG that should be 100%, and it's not. So I get it.
I'd still buy it because it's a step over my possible hets.
I feel like it's still pretty safe, but, you know, like,
hets.
Yeah.
But, you know, for
I
me,
just want to stay away from buying 66 and 50% hets. I mean, I try not
like
to
hypo,
buy.
you know, though. So hypo will be like my freaking, it'll be my savior or something. I don't know. Like, it'll be the thing that I gravitate to, you know, probably.
I mean, I'll get a pause het tagged on to like a visual 100% het. Because why not? Especially if I'm pairing, you know, whatever that pause het is.
But hey, if DG goes down like significantly, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Eventually, people will figure it out, and then again, and the price will probably go back up or even more. You know.
See, I like to stick with snakes that have a pretty consistent price. Like albinos, pieds. You can get a normal pied, and I mean a normal pied that's a good snake, and it's from a good breeder. I mean, what, $300 or $400? Just a normal pied, you know, that's high white, you know what I mean? And that's
Carmel albino come back. I don't mind Carmel albino. I've seen a couple Carmel albinos that just blew my mind, made me go, "Wow, look at that!"
I got a tall. I love anything.
Albino.
Okay, well, I mean,
Give me crap.
I have Ultramel, so I say Team Ultramel. But
Ultra
secretly,
smell.
I like
Is
Monarch
he saying
better.
F it to anything else, or is he saying Carmel Albino versus Ultramel? Is that what you're saying, Dylan?
Being
I
a
don't know.
dickhead.
Caramel
No, I
albinos do
know.
look
I'm
better
like,
than
but
Ultramel.
hey, if you're doing
I'll say that
Ultramel
too.
versus, Monarch, it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
If it's Carmel Albino versus Ultramel, then it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
Dave says I get
paying
Posset
more
for
a
free.
pod pet, but if it's coming on something
Right?
in addition to what
Yeah, you should get a
I'm
pause
pairing
head
that
for
pause
free.
head
I feel.
anyway, on the visual side, then hey, I proved that pause head out. Now that snake is worth more. Now that project.
Yeah, and that's the way I look at it. They're paying rent for that tub.
But
They
I'm not,
got
I'm not going to keep a normal pause double head. That's a normal, and it's going
John
up
with
for
the
H. If you get lucky and they are 100% heads, good for you.
Yeah.
Same, but people get that, like, with a single gene, like let's say pastel. I am not moving this pastel, right? I could probably sell it for $35, $50, whatever, even if it's hat possible double hat.
You think they're the same? I don't think they're quite the same, but I mean, you know more than I do. I'm just new into this. Caramel albino and Ultramel.
Ultramel, or supposedly, but
yeah. Well, Kaiju is saying now this is supposed to be that Ultramel is caramel albino.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
I'd have to disagree, to be honest with you.
Why do people not like Ultramel? What's the point?
I literally know. I don't know much about caramel, so I guess I shouldn't say anything.
Like giving grief in the chat. Some people like Monarch over Ultramel.
It is a little bit. It's different for sure.
So
it's
you like what you like. You know what I mean?
I got a burgundy albino line of Ultramel. If that makes any difference, because it has pink eyes. So touch me with a golden stick.
I ain't got no caramel, but I got toffee.
Hey, Nicole, what's good? Hey,
what's going on, Nicole?
They're the same. It's in Kevin's book. Yeah, the OGs know a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Like I was saying, if you have a single gene codon that's been around
forever, they aren't the same. Yeah, all right.
You're not going to get.
I read that wrong. Sorry, Nicole. But
prices on it. But
thanks for coming in.
Hey, Nicole.
Yeah.
See you on Saturday.
Ultramel. Yeah. See, I was not thinking they were the same, but I don't know much about it. I have no say. I haven't been on Morph Market or anything all day doing that specific type of gene.
I hear
it's in Kevin's book. I believe it.
Coral Glow and Banana are the same, and then people say they're not. So who cares?
Shoot, I'm hearing so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Coral Glow is absolutely the same as Banana.
But you can ask that.
It's a line. I think if anything, it's a line, and I think that's what Desert Ghost did. I don't know, man.
A line is the same thing. Lemon pastel is pastel.
Kinda. But I see Coral Glow as pinker, brighter.
I see a difference.
Not.
I see a difference too.
Yeah, it's like pinker and more like pink orange, rather than just. But yeah, I don't know. But I like when I see people say Coral Glow, I'm like, yep, that's a Coral Glow.
They do look different, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. That's why I got into it. It's unique. And I think it does unique things in combinations that there's not really much of it out there. Like in double recessive, like Ultramel Clowns, there is not really that many Ultramel Clown combos out there. And my Ultramels are going straight this year to Ultramel Clown. I ain't playing around. It's going straight. I ain't trying to make Ultramels. I'm trying to make Ultramel Clown.
There you go.
Speaking
man.
Did anybody see that crazy
visual?
Which one?
The Ultramel Clown Hypopide.
Yeah, bring it up. There you go.
Oh.
Man,
yeah,
see,
it was
I don't
hit
know,
off a head-to-head pairing.
Who produced it?
Quad head to quad head.
It could be the same. It could. I don't know. It could. It like I said, lines could be the same thing, just different polymorphism. You got a better version of a specific version of something. You might be able to pass it down, but it's still the same thing as like your cousin or your brother or something.
Wait, what are we talking about? I just missed something. I thought we were talking about Ultramel Pieds and Ultramel Clowns, and I missed something.
I want to know who bred it. That's my question. I want to know who bred what Kent was saying.
Well, his name is Gravy. I think he's 100 Pythons on Instagram. He doesn't have a logo.
Okay.
He worked with Ralph Davis forever.
He hit a quad visual from a quad het to quad het pairing.
Yeah, so that's 1 in 256 odds.
I bet he went and bought his ass a lottery ticket after he
Yeah,
hit it.
so it's a 0.
Yeah, right, for real.
But yeah,
What's up, Cole?
And then I think he hit a triple visual too, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
yeah, and then he hit a triple visual male, but I can't remember which. I think it was minus the pied, but I'm not sure.
But it just
You guys saw that quad recessive, right?
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah,
I think it was like hypo-pied,
Ultramel.
Crown Ultramel or something
That's
like
what
that.
we're
I don't
talking
remember what
about.
it was.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
John's here, but he's late.
I love how like this guy has
I'm
no
here.
logo, right? But Ozzy shared this out. Yeah, he purchased
Thanks, Holly.
two quad hats from Ozzy, and Ozzy shared it out and tagged this guy, and he's been getting all the social media love today.
Yeah.
And seeing that, and they were both pretty damn good examples.
I bet he's got a logo tomorrow.
Right?
I bet that
He might
motherfucker's
be
got
monetized.
merch. I bet he's got merch by the 4th.
That's the way to do it. You get a hot hand,
Wouldn't you,
start
though?
selling.
Hell, I already got it.
What's up, Holly?
I ain't shit. I fucking hit bananas, baby, and I got it. So I'm sure he's gonna have it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I mean, that's just impressive.
Yeah,
That's lucky. That's lucky. That's what that is.
I hope I get that lucky this year with my triple het pairings. If I hit a
yo,
holy
but
grail.
Ken,
That's why I
Ken,
like it. 'Cause it's all about
Shane
luck.
might have got that lucky. Shane hit
Shane hit
an
an
all
awesome animal on a
gene
het to
puzzle animal. Maybe.
Yeah. No,
That's
it is.
insane.
It's a pastel NG yellow belly OD puzzle at least.
That's what I'm saying,
It
man.
might be super inchy or super pastel as well.
That's odds right there, man. He couldn't have hit
But
it
that's
really
just an
any
Aussie
better.
animal. I mean, he got a good mix.
He could have had a super entry or something. That's about it.
I mean, if
Had a
hit
super
all those
entry with that.
that's a gold mine in a visual. Oh my god!
Yeah, it is. He hit it. He hit it, and he was offered $7,000 for it, and I don't think I'd take it.
What? No, sir. I'm asking about that.
Yeah,
All right.
he was offered $7,000 for it, and he's thinking about it. I don't know if I'd take it.
Bro, I don't know, man. You
Go
would
check that-
screw it
go
up
check
so
that
I feel
snake
like
out. That
I
snake
feel like
is
you would
freaking
screw up that opportunity so fast, you know? You would screw it up so fast. You go like, all right, I got $7,000, spend it on 2 or 3 snakes, and then you'd be like, shit, I made the wrong decision. Or something dumb, you know? Like, you know,
He
like
wants
you
to- I
can
think
really
he said he
use,
wants
if
to
it
buy
is
rats.
worth $7,000, he can use that for so many different projects, you know, depending on, you know, male or female. But
If that puzzle with all the is a male, then it doesn't take long to
yeah. Hopefully it's a male. I
you
really
know,
hope.
a couple $4,000 puzzles, and then you're like, okay, well now I have, now I can sell them because I know, I can make them.
You know, I got a comment on this. Me and my daughter went to McDonald's the other day, and we never go to McDonald's, like hardly ever. So we pull in, and like, I tried to order a Grimace shake without the meal, just a Grimace shake, and they wouldn't sell me one. I said I had to buy the whole meal.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, why not keep that and use it the further along his puzzle project? I mean, if it's a female, you raise it up, you put it back to the dad. If it's a male, you raise it up and put it back to the mom, like instantly. If it's a male, I mean, that's like bam, next year, blowing up. I'm glad I didn't get to getting the Grimace shake. But my daughter, it was funny. She called it a Grimace. She said, "Dad, what is a Grimace shake?" I was like, "Oh my God, it's Grimace."
Furthermore, what in the hell is Grimace? Is he like a anthropomorphic eggplant or something? I don't know what the hell.
I don't know what Grimace is.
He's just a fucking purple imaginary character, man.
Someone Google that. What is Grimace?
Also, Ronald McDonald did not show up at his birthday party.
He didn't.
That's just wrong.
I tell
I
you,
guess
he's showed
he
me a
was on
lot
the
of expos, and that's Ronald McDonald.
I think he was on his farm. He got caught up milking cows.
He was milking something.
So I'm pretty excited for this weekend. I'm going to see all at Jeremy's. Well, at least Kent and TJ.
I'm going to Georgia.
Georgia.
I want to go see Bob, man. He lives, dude. Bob Balls. He lives in McDonough, Georgia, like in the county over from where I growed up, you know. And I'm like,
Really?
same fucking age. Did we go to school together?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, I got to know this motherfucker. He looks so familiar. And we bought a snake from him that I don't even know what all it's got in it, but it's crazy. It's got hypo and all kind of crazy shit in it. But
Oh, man.
yeah, I want to get up with him, man, and do a video and hang out and drink with him or whatever.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I want to ask everyone a question. Like, is your het hypos, not hypos, do your het hypos have kind of the white shed that looks like maybe that might be a hypo shed, but not nowhere near as bright? And maybe it might be dark in a pattern, but the pattern ain't like on it. It just has a little bit of color.
I feel like I can see the hypo in the snake, not necessarily the shed.
And your hets?
Yeah. I don't know.
Dark. The one's a pinstripe. She's just dark, but her dorsal stripe glows. It looks something hypo-ish in her dorsal stripe. But like I have 3 snakes right now that when they shed, like for one, their belly looks bleach white. There's no pattern on it. There's only a little bit of color. 2 of them are possible head hypo, and one of them, it wasn't sold as head hypo. It'd be a surprise if it was there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Now mine are paws hats.
Thanks, Dylan. That's cool.
So I don't really notice like anything interaction wise. I mean, the one's an orange dream, so that's gonna be a little bright anyway. But I don't notice anything in the clown, and everything else I have is a visual. So it's.
But you have het hypos. Do they have a clear shed?
I don't notice.
They're not supposed to. It's only supposed to be hypo.
With the hypo? Okay.
Yeah, with a visual
So
hypo.
Shane's wrong and even trying to investigate.
No, but Shane's been talking about it with me, and I asked everyone else, do het hypos look hypo-ish? And I'm saying they do, because the 2 pos het hypos I have, some of their sheds, like it's not on all of them, but some of them look like extra bleach white, and you can't really see any pattern, but you see a little color on top. It looks like a lighter snake when they shed.
I feel you. For sure.
All right, here's one of my het hypos.
I want hypo so bad. I love hypo.
We don't have any visuals, but
Go orange ghost hypo if you're going hypo, because that OG is, you won't be disappointed. Hold on, let me blow you up.
I mean, there are 3 that are visual, and I don't think any of them have a completely clear shed.
it's not really picking it up good. But I mean, if you see it in person, it's got that het pied right here, so
Right.
it's got that going for it. But you know, to me, when I look at it, like it don't look good on camera, but it just has that hypo look. You know what I mean? That I feel a snake like this wouldn't have.
All right. I didn't know if it was something that I was seeing, or it might be a thing.
Well, it could be our perception too, you know.
Yeah, is it just me wanting to see it?
And when you want it, you
I'm
want
not
it to
above
be
that.
there.
I'm not above that,
No, that's cool with me. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
because like you can see things in these snakes if you look at them long enough. You'll see things that you think is there.
Consistencies, yeah, for sure.
But if you buy something from a reputable, however the fuck you say that word, breeder, then like the hypo we bought from Bob's Balls.
Right.
I trust him. You know what I'm saying? When he tells me it's het hypo, then in my brain it clicks like you said, and I see what I want to see.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, it's het hypo, but I know it is. I guess I don't fucking know.
Just
But
pay
I do.
attention to the sheds and look to see if they look a little bit whiter on your het hypos.
See, I've never heard that. I just throw the shit away. You know.
This is just something I've noticed. I'm not claiming that it is. This is just something that I've noticed from collecting sheds and inspecting them
supposed to
and
be a
looking
thing.
at them.
Let me see if I have a shed.
Yeah, it's
I think
supposed to be
het
a thing,
hypos
you know?
show a little bit of white in their shed.
Okay. Here you go. Here you go, right here, bro.
See?
All right,
Their shed is a little bit
this
lighter.
is my het hypo shed right here. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
see, look, it looks white.
Blow it up, Ken. Blow it up.
Yeah, bring him up. Bring him up.
All right. That looks really white, right? And this is just a regular, just different ball python. I mean,
All right.
I don't know. This one, the regular one, looks kind of like got a tint to it, don't it?
It's got
Yeah.
a yellow teeth look
And
to
this one looks more white.
it. Yeah.
This one was
All right.
just shed by the hypo.
What
that I
is
got
she?
from Bob.
Your het hypo, what is she?
This shed came from a Champagne Inchy Ghost hypo. Oh, so she's. Hang on a minute.
She's champagne inchy.
Is she
So-
big hypo? No, she's
That-
half hypo. Yeah. So
That's
Champagne.
champagne inchy, so it's going to be light anyways.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like,
But
if
I
you
am.
have
I'm
head
getting
hypos, look at your sheds or
Oh, yeah.
possible head hypos. Look
Now
at
you
your
got me
shed.
curious.
They're a little bit brighter, and if they're that brighter, I don't know.
I
Keep
blew
an
our
eye on it. Let me know.
all white shed. Is it het hypo? I'm joking, but yeah, I haven't seen anything really. I know for visual hypo, there, even if there is pattern, there's
Yeah,
nothing. But for my champagne pastel, whatever it is that just shed, there's no pattern on the shed, even though it has pattern and blacks in it. They don't show it. So.
one of Shane's head hypos is that bell. So that bell's going to look bleached anyway.
Ooh, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't
Any
do
kind of white snake or light snake's going to look bleached.
I don't think the shed
Yeah.
theory is like a definite. I wouldn't like stake my
No.
connection on it.
This is just conversation, something that I've seen. No, I'm not saying it's 100%.
I think
It
I
is
think
something
like,
I have heard for a while. It
Really?
is something that floats around for sure.
Or like
I've never heard it. But like I said, I've never
don't have
really
hypos.
thought.
for het clowns.
Look.
But anyway, guys, I got to go. I have work and training in the morning.
Heck yeah, Ken.
I'll see y'all in the chat and see some of y'all over the weekend.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right, later, guys.
Yeah, son.
Thanks for coming up, dude.
Have a good one, bro.
See you this weekend.
Then there were 4.
Got big.
Been there before.
Right. John, you look just kind of weird for a second. Could you had your shoulder back like that? And the angle you was in, like you look like just a head for a second. I looked up at Nick and then looked back at you. I was like, what the fuck's going on with John? Has he got a green screen or something going on?
It's the
What's that stuff?
freaking. Yeah, it's like a horror movie up here.
Up in here. What are
Yeah,
you doing,
up my hill.
TJ? You back there doing something? You
I
quit-
am making a water bottle hanger
All right.
because my ass is cheap and I refuse to keep paying for them.
Well, anything you can, and believe me, I know cheap because I make everything that I can. My racks, I make them because I can.
Just that like plumbers use it. It's just
Yep.
pipe strapping.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sure there's a name for it. It's literally galvanized pipe strap.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And
Galvanized pipe strap.
But it's strong, so I just take it and take a bottle, make a hook on the end, and then I have wire zip ties, basically. Zip tie it to the bottle and then bend it to whatever the hell I need it to hook over.
Right. I won't.
And a roll of this is 10-foot long for $4 versus one hanger at what, $4 or $5.
Right.
That my rats dismantle for me regularly.
So, like, I buy pieces of things when I'm out and about and I see it, and I'm like, oh, I can make that work. So the water systems that use vinyl tubings that go in, I got these for like 50 cents a piece, and they're tees, and they just unscrew here, and you could attach to that. I want to get like they're pieces that, like, if they lick it, they could, it drops the water out. It's what they use with the vinyl tubing. But I got these tees for cheap, so I'm going to try to set up a vinyl tubing one where I just have a big bucket up top and it just goes down. You got to watch with those because them rats will flood your tanks if they chew it off.
Yeah, see, I have a system to go on that rack over there. I just haven't set it up yet because I'm trying to figure out how to do it to where I can encase it so that if something gets out, it's not chewing my damn lines because that's just going to piss me off.
Right. See, this is all compression fitting. You put that on the edge of your vinyl and just screw it in, and it's all compression. So it's pretty neat stuff.
So basically, this one's got a bunch of babies and mamas in it. So instead of hanging 2 separate bottles, I cheated. I have an inn at one of the local stores, so when they damage out stuff, I go pick it up. So I got a bunch of these sandwich boxes, so I use the bottom as food bowls. I couldn't figure out what the hell to do with the top, so I took the top and made a back. So excuse my little girly thing, but anyway, it gave me something to put both bottles on.
Heck yeah.
Zip tied them to that, so that's what I just did. So that's my point of, but I put that in there. That's to give it something to rest on, and then that'll hook over the edge.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, to redneck hell, which Greg will be ashamed for me showing you that, but
oh no way, that was awesome.
The only thing that cost me, the zip ties online, I got a pack, the short ones, and they have them long, so they're like 8 inches and 16 inches. They're $100 for $5 because rats will chew through anything plastic, so they don't chew out the metal ones.
When I was keeping ASFs in the beginning, because I did have rats, but they went postal and killed each other off. So that's when I got into this guy, and there's no reason to start doing it as long as he's going to do it, $2 a rat for any size. And then he said 50 cents for any kind of little pinky. So, I mean, because I was going to start ASFs again. He has ASFs. So I was like, well, I want to buy some and start mine. He's like, dude, I'll give you the pinkies you need for 50 cents a piece. Like, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. I'll take care of you. I'm like, dude, you're awesome.
Dude, and I'll say too, man, about what you were saying about pinkies and stuff. I had to meet that guy. Remember I told you I drove an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back just to get 12 freaking live like hoppers or whatever.
Man, bro.
And he threw in 2 or 3 by accident that were like weaned rats.
Right.
He didn't do it by accident. He tried to help you
just
out.
threw an extra to help you.
Yeah, things some might die.
I didn't need a wean rat because they're hatchlings, and I never did that, but we gave them to the biggest hatchlings that we have, and I'm talking about they ate them, dude.
Yeah.
They ate the shit out of them big son of a bitches, and it's like, I don't think I think after this bag of like hoppers or whatever, I'm gonna get like the next size up, and start getting for my hatchlings a bigger size because I mean after one feeding on those, I think they went from, they're almost 100 grams, and they came out half of that, like 56, 58, some of them like 61, stuff like that. So it's like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that jump, that's a big ass jump for one
cheap,
meal.
safe, and pretty. And that's what you're.
I don't know if it's pretty, but it'll stay, and if they chew it up, it won't piss me off. So.
Yeah.
And the bottles are the ones you can get from Chewy and buy the case. It's like a case of 12 for $30.
See, what I did with mine when I had mine is I drilled a hole on the outside and put the water bottle on the outside and just left the metal through and then zip tied it on. And then I put it this way so it didn't have to tighten, so I could like work it out. It was just resting against the zip ties. I put two together and left the big notch side, like the notch inside, so it held the hole. You didn't have to zip tie, just get it on the outside. Worked pretty good.
That's my preference. If you see over there, there's some of them like that.
Yeah.
But in these tubs, I got several females that will take anything they find an edge that's open, they're chewing out of it. So the ones like that.
Yeah, for sure. I bet. Honestly,
what I was told to do is if you get a chewer, feed them off immediately.
How do you, I guess you got to know who to, if you see them, do it.
Yep. If you know which ones are chewing, you feed them immediately.
My problem is I've been trying to build my colonies, and if I had every chewed on something, I wouldn't have a colony at all.
That's what I do.
See, I never had that problem, so I don't know the logistics of that. They just said they feed their chewers off. So.
And to be honest, you want them
to rats. You know, that's why we say that stuff.
Teeth ain't like knives, you know. I would put like rocks and shit in there from the gnaw on bricks and shit, so they file their teeth down.
Maybe some little chew toys. Maybe they would like that.
Nothing. Well, they would like it, but it would be beneficial to the snake.
Wood chew toys, yeah, maybe.
You got a big, large rat. If you have a snake that'll only eat a large live rat, if you put a brick or something that's real, you know, abrasive for it to chew on, that's not going to hurt it or whatever, and they can't ingest it.
I used to put a chunk of wood in there for them to chew on, like when I had ASFs. I put like a chunk of wood in there, and they'd chew it up. I'd take it out after they get it all roughed up and stuff, put another one in. But I always felt like that was helpful keeping their teeth filed and nails filed and stuff.
They're like beavers, you know, their teeth never quit growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They just grow and grow and grow and grow. That's why they chew on it.
Because I felt like I called them crack rats because depending on where you get them from, they're assholes. You know, you get them, they're screaming, they're fighting, they're escaping, they run. And you got to have damn Kevlar gloves on, and you got to have the speed of the Flash to keep up with them, or else you're chasing rats everywhere. And they bite and scream and bite your snakes. They're just horrible.
I don't like how their paws feel on my skin. I don't like a rat crawling on me.
I mean, like,
well, the rats like that, TJ, had a horrible life before you got them. I feel like that has a lot. Like you're holding that, and you go in there. I feel like
different rat colonies are different. I feel like I've experienced really good rat colonies, and then some rat colonies I just don't want to be around. It's like it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
some are more bred than others.
Everything in here except for two of my breeder females came from either myself or the guy that runs OBX Lizard Land. I've gotten a lot of my stuff from him, and I go to him because he has similar feeding and care thoughts. You know, I know that what I'm getting from him, they act the same. But I found that if they're fed well, they're not thirsty, they're taken care of from the day they're born, you get happy rats, and they're also less destructive.
Well, like how you was holding that rat, that says it all, because you were holding it like a pet. You weren't holding it by the tail like, look, you know what I'm saying? And that's why that's why they're like that, you know, and I feel like that has a lot to do with it too. Because, you know,
I got a few older ones here that were some of my original ones, and they will latch onto you when they've got babies, but they're not that bad. And when they're still having 15, 16 clutch or litters, you know, I can't really get rid of them. So, but they stay in glass. I still have glass tanks, and I just get metal shit. So, but as they get older, if they annoy me, yes, they do become food. So I actually fed off one of my males the other day, and my daughter was mad as hell at me, but he kept popping up out of the tub when I'd go to clean the tub. And about the third time, he ended up on top of the rack, and I had to climb my short ass up there to get him down. I was like, that's it. I'm done. Here now. Snake food. I'm done.
All right.
I like being able to pick them up.
I don't know. The ASFs I had were all right. I didn't mind them, but the regular rats that I buy, I mean, I hate them. I hate them. I don't like regular rats.
I don't know about where you're at, but we're not allowed to have those here.
ASFs.
Yeah, we're not allowed to breed them or have them. Or,
yeah, there's some states that they're banned in, outlawed in, or whatever.
I mean, now I can order them frozen online, but I can't have. You can't have a live ASF in Alabama.
Yeah,
Alabama sucks with the shit.
They're invasive.
If we're allowed to do that.
Do what?
Because the stores around here don't even have them frozen.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can't find them in stores.
Stores don't have them. We would have to get them through like a Rodent Pro or a Cold Blooded Cafe. Yeah, but we don't. We've never had to feed them. We've never fed ASFs, and I really don't want to because I've heard, and once you get it on, they that's all they want. So I don't know. And they're more expensive.
I hear people argue that.
I pay the same price.
I gotta go get.
You do.
Like he has ASFs too. Now he's even started a thing of sterile rats. I guess he got sterile lab rats.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get too much information on him about it because I'm not going to really talk much about it. But he said he's doing it for a specific breed of snake. I think it's scaleless, something scaleless.
Interesting.
But he also said that if he would put those lab rats in with his other rats, the lab rats would die because of just the diseases that they carry. And I'm sitting there like, then why the fuck am I going to fucking buy rats off of you, from there, if you're telling me they kill these other rats? And he said it was a specific thing that, he feeds his rats these too. He needs these or his snakes, these rats too, that I buy. That's what he feeds. And, of course, and these special, sterile rats are for a certain breed of snake. That's all I really know about it. But
it was a scaleless.
What's up, Celtic? I don't know. It's not a scaleless ball python. I know it's not for that.
No, that's right. But he was trying to have a specific nutrient regimen for a specific morph. I guess
it's not a morph. It's a specific breed of snake.
Oh, but that's cool. But didn't you say they were sterile?
Yeah, they're sterile rats. They're sterile lab rats.
Yeah, for that, but for that to have like consistency, you would have to literally have those same lab rats from that same place every time.
Yeah,
right?
but you can't breed the rats anyway, so you're going to feed them off.
Yeah, you can't breed them. That's what I'm getting at is they're sterile.
Yeah.
You had them in the same room with his mice and ASFs. That's what I didn't get. But he said these rats, if you have them around normal rats, these rats will die. And I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
Well, that's because those lab rats were born and raised in a sterile ass environment, and those other rats really wasn't. What I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. And that's probably why they'll die. You know what I mean? Like, if you're raised.
I just thought it was a little just interesting, you know what I mean? That sterile rats could become a thing.
It's just weird when you say sterile rats becoming a thing because it seems like it couldn't. Because it's sterile. Right. It's fucking sterile.
What is sterile about a stinking ass rat? God, I hated keeping rats. Like them ASFs, I could clean them once a week and be fine. But them ASFs are regular rats because I used to go and buy them at a show every month. I would go buy like 60 rats every month, feed them off, week 1, feed them off week 2, feed them off week 3, and then I'd basically have, enough rats to get me through a month until the next show came around. Well, then people quit, you know what I mean? So they sold it, and now this guy that owns it don't do that show no more. So I was like up shit creek without a paddle, and I had like 12 snakes and no rat supplier. And then I just started asking around, and someone led me to Chris, and it's been a savior ever since.
Dude, it's been my mission. Every snake I get in my custody, I have to get it on frozen thawed. And I've been successful, except for like 1 or 2 snakes, literally the bamboo and the fucking regular ass pod. It's hard as hell. They only want live, so whatever. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I have to do it because I can't breed rats. And like the girl that got us into the breeding that we bought, that J5 I was telling you about, we got the houses from randomly. She breeds rats, you know, but she's got a fucking barn and all this shit. She can do it, but it got to the point where, you know, at first it was, let me get 2 rats, and then it got to be, you got 10 for sale, and then it would be, how many can I buy from you? You know, and it's like at that point they can't supply you. So then, if if you're not able to breed rats, when you get that snake, try frozen, like get it on frozen thawed, because it is so hard to find rats. I don't know about y'all, but where I live, it's hard. Like I have to drive over an hour to get them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I don't get them. They're not expensive or anything because I'm buying so fucking many of them. Like or whatever I was talking about, you know, wean, but it's just the fact if I have to drive.
Yeah, that's a far drive. He's 20 minutes away from me, not even 15.
Yeah, that's easy peasy. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have lucked out. Like, it was a dream come true for a rat supply. Like
frozen thawed get it fucking expensive. Like I told you, we spend about probably right at 300, a little under, you know, a little more depending on a month. Maybe it'll last a month and a half, you know, but I feel like it goes so fast that it's like my next investment will be a shed with an air conditioner in it and rats, you know, because fuck, you know, you can only get so far with that nerd discount code of 10%, you know, on Rodent Pro. So it's still
what gets expensive about that is you pay for the rodents, then it's like $60 shipping.
Well, I'm pretty sure we don't have to pay for shipping because we get such an amount. Like,
all right.
I think it's over like so much money, like $200 or some shit or whatever. You don't have to pay for shipping. I think it's free shipping. Right. But still, you know, you're talking about a few $100 to feed your snakes for maybe 4.5, 5 weeks. And it's like, damn, you know, you just spent all that, you got them in the freezer, and then before you know it, you're like, gotta make that order again. Yeah, put in the order.
I don't know. It's just cool. I go there every weekend, pick up my rats. You know, this week I can go Friday. I already got it arranged, you know, because I'm leaving Saturday morning to go to this picnic. It's nice.
Shit, I just bought like 400 fucking isopods. I'm going to sell at that show. I'm about to get into breeding isopods, man.
It gets expensive.
Hell yeah, them things are expensive.
Anything that you could sell for food, like, is a plus in this. I mean,
and like isopods take up no room. They're low maintenance as fuck. And people pay like, okay, check it out. For instance, I got mine on eBay. You know, I don't care if people don't like it. I bought my fucking bugs on eBay. And I paid I probably paid a little over, maybe like 110 for like 400 and something isopods, a little over 400 isopods. And if you look online, those same isopods are 10 for $25. Now, granted, I'm not going to sell them for that much, but I'm going to make some profit off of it. And why not? Right. Like you said, if everything that we make doing this, it goes back to the rats, you know, the buying rats and buying paper towels and perlite or hatchite, everything that goes with it, you know, it's its own entity.
Right.
So the more I can make, I'm going to, you know, make it. So that's why I'm getting into that, because the more animals you get, you know, you have to have more supplies. You have to have more heat lamps or heat pads or whatever you're breeding. The shit gets expensive.
I'm sorry, Nick. She just froze at like the wrong time. She was sticking out her tongue. It was funny.
These are the first time I've made this color. So they're like little weird calico ones, but they've got red eyes.
Do you sell them to people as pets?
No.
That's snake food, buddy.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
They're all named Dinner, although some of these are a new color, so I'll probably keep some of these back for breeders. But
Yeah, name them Dinner and hold back.
all of the
What up, Lakers?
the boys get names. Females, if they're really nice, get a name. But everything that's going to the feeder bin, they're all named Dinner.
I know you name all your snakes, Ken. Do you name all your snakes, Rippin'?
Yep.
I hate when people don't. I'm like, why would
Yeah,
you?
like
You spend so much fucking time and energy, and you talk to these snakes every damn day. If you're keeping up with them like you should, I guess. But it's like, and you have a name to it. You know what I'm saying?
I know some people have a hard time when they put a name to something, getting rid of it. But
Oh, I don't.
I can tell you that probably at least the first 40 that came in our door will never go anywhere. So.
Oh yeah, no, we have those that will. I have a hep hide pastel gravel that he hasn't bred yet, and he's a 2020 baby. You know what I mean? He's been paired like two years or whatever, and he hasn't produced shit. But he will never go anywhere. You know, he can never produce, and I probably would never get rid of him. But hell, we're getting rid of two that literally just produced, like two females that just laid eggs. We're getting rid of them, you know, just to make room for other stuff. So I don't really have a problem getting away with shit.
We're just basic codons because they were building blocks and they were the cheap building blocks. But they're still decent animals, like the firefly twins that we have.
No.
I just touch my face, but I do put hand sanitizer on after every time I do something. So I know
You're gonna get the riggers. You're gonna get rigor. You're gonna get sick.
What's up, Cal? Thanks for coming in. Oh crap! I finally got envelopes. I'll send you out some stickers this week. This girl here asked me for some stickers, and I didn't have envelopes, and I forgot about it. I got the envelopes, and I forgot about sending the stickers out. They're coming. Sorry.
But I mean, like, we have one girl that's pastel, and we thought she might be het clown, and actually we got her shed back. She's not het clown, and she's not the greatest expression, but she was literally one of the first 4 breeding animals that we bought, and she's just so sweet, and she'll never go anywhere. So we'll use her. We're planning on breeding her into something to brighten up her colors and start making something with hets with her.
Hit me up, Luke, on IG. Send me your address.
She won't be at the top of the food chain here, but she'll still never go anywhere.
All right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Greg and I have kind of lived by it. Yes, we want to be successful in our business, and yes, we want to be able to at least have our business support itself, and maybe be able to do some things off of the income from it.
All right.
But if we close our doors tomorrow, we know that we have a house full of snakes that we can sit down and enjoy every night. So if we get nothing else out of it, we've got 60 snakes upstairs with names that we can pick up every day. And like you said, we named them, so they're ours. That's what we got out of it,
Oh yeah.
That's one of the reasons we do choose to name them, so that if they ever do stay,
I feel it creates a bond.
It does. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
That bond.
You're spending so much time with them. You're cleaning their shit. You're feeding them. You're thawing out rats. You're handling live rats. I mean, you're doing a lot of stuff. I mean, taking care of snakes, 1 to 10 ain't, I guess, it sucks. It can suck. It can be stressful, but when you get into those bigger numbers, it really sucks sometimes, I mean, but you are doing it, and then you're building that bond every time you do it. Every time you go in there to pull that shit out or that poop or change the water, you pick it up, you move the dirt around, you're bonding with it right then.
Right.
So to not name it, it seems kind of mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is number 5. Right. This is number 5. And how hard is it to write a name on some tape? You know what I'm saying? Like, All of my
Yeah.
snakes got names. You see?
Right? Yeah.
I like that. I think that's cool. You know.
If anyone wants stickers, hit me up on IG with your address. I know there's a couple of you. I think Mitzi said something about it. Yeah. You want
Give
some
Ken
stickers?
your
Hit
address.
me up. I'm gonna give Nick your address, Mitzi, so you can have that battle down there. I want it recorded on YouTube. You know, the West Bank versus East Bank. Let's go.
Drago,
Oh crap!
if Drago's watching still, I'll take you up on them rats, man, on that offer.
Drago's supposed to come up, but didn't. He must have got caught up. But
Let me know. Because
He's a good dude.
he was saying he had a lot of them, and he was trying to get to where he could freeze them and ship them. So
right.
you let me know.
I mean, like, I feel Drago started out right because he's got a better rat business now than he has a snake business.
Oh yeah, no,
And
he's got so many fucking rats.
yeah, like
he really does.
I wish I would have had my rats.
And I think
Squared
Eric,
away.
it's a good fucking money making business. It really is, because snakes got to eat, and reptile people have to have it, you know. And he was spot on with that. Man.
I mean, I get cheap prices. I spend $50 every weekend. You know, I get like 25. You know, hatchlings. Some of them eat, some of them don't. I got 24 snakes right now. You know what I mean? Like, some females are off food, some will take 2. You know, so they all get fed every week. And that's $200 a month I could be saving now.
Oh yeah.
If I had my own rats.
Well, in a sense, you know, there's a lot goes into rats too. And
well, I mean,
my thing is,
$200 would probably supply them rats all year with food. It's probably cost me about $200 a year to feed.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know
depending on how many I have.
Yeah, depending on how many you have to have, like how many you have to breed, but. Rats are just as expensive as any other animal, I think. You know, that's why I ain't wanting to take it on right now, is because I already have a snake addiction hobby that I breed snakes, and that's expensive. And now I'm going to breed rats, and it's going to be like double expensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it is worth it, 100%. But I think,
TJ, you breed your own rats. How many snakes or how many rat colonies do you think you would need to feed 30 snakes?
I go to feed my own. I go by 1 female per snake and add 10, just to account for losses, retirees, illnesses, and I cycle mine. So like a lot of people will do colonies and they'll do 6 months and then feed off the whole colony. I cycle mine, so they'll do 3 litters and then take a full cycle off.
Right.
So I actually have a couple females here that have been breeding since last September, and are still giving me 14 and 15 babies to a litter. So
how much would you average it costing you to feed the rats for 30 snakes for a year and take care of them with the bedding and the shit you have to have with it?
This year's estimates at the number that I have, if I bought feeders, it would have cost us about $8,000. In estimating the number of hatchlings, we'd have been about $10,000 in feeders. Get down, assholes.
Okay.
Now with the cost of what I estimated in breeding our own rats with growth and adding, you know, these racks that we built, so there's that thing, which cost us, I think, with tubs about $150 total.
Right.
So adding one of those about every other month on average, we were going to save about $7,500 for the year.
Okay.
Wow.
So right now I've got 90 breeder females breeding. And I just pulled another 15 for holdback females.
Yeah, I just figured it out in my head. I'm spending $2,600 a year at $50 a week.
Wait till you have them eggs, and you have them
Plus that's not even counting
that shit,
like the hatchling
like ripples.
Yeah,
because they eat so much more too. You know, like you want to feed them more often than you do a big snake too, and it's just like, god damn, like That's why you have to limit yourself on what
under 100 grams. I'm doing every 5 days religiously. Like once they get 100 grams, they'll go once a week until they hit 1,000.
I'm gonna be honest. I got one right now that I think for real reabsorbed, and I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it just means that to me she wasn't really ready, and I really don't need the extra eggs right this second. You know, I'm not trying to get rich off of it, so I'm not hurting for the money.
I'm scared that I did too much this year, that all 11 is just going to start popping out. Then I'm going to have like eggs out my ass. Like I tried to plan it out to where I have 4 clutches and I have 3 or 4 clutches and I have 3 or 4 clutches. You know what I mean? Like to where it's spaced out so I don't have it all at once. I have a feeling this is just going to nail me all at once and I'm going to be fucking up to ears and snakes. And
so in my rack cost each month right now, I spend, it's $32 per bag of food, and I'm averaging 3 to 4. It's like 3.5. It averages out in bags of food right now. So about $130 in food a month. And I add another 30 for fresh foods that I buy and supplement in.
right.
I buy 3 bags of bedding at $7 a piece, and then I buy zeolite powders to help get down.
Yeah, the dusting.
I buy zeolite powder to help with ammonia, and that's $10 a bag, and that'll last me almost a month and a half.
Celtic says for 30 colonies, they approximately pay $200 a month.
Yeah, so
for 30
that's about
colonies.
where I'm at. Right, I'm right around $200 a month right now. And factor in a few more racks, averaged out over a year, it'll be about an average of $250 a month compared to the $800 to $1,000 a month we'd be spending.
All right.
Like I said, my next investment is a shed outside. Just because, you know.
Well, you're down south. You could do that. I mean,
Well,
up here up north, if I put a
really.
shed, I got a shed outside. If I would just like redo the floor because the floor got a hole in it, I'd have to redo the floor, insulate, drywall, run electric to it because it would need a space heater.
I would have to do that. I would have to do that for the opposite reason. You know why I would have to do it? I have to put a.
Because it gets too hot during the day.
You know how fucking hot it is outside during the day. Yesterday it was like 100 or some shit with a heat index of like 125.
Right. You see, you'll have to run air conditioning.
Yeah, dude. It's like the same as you but backwards.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean,
I got to factor in all that, and it's expensive for insulation and shit now.
It would be really great if some of the local restaurants or grocery stores would not be wasteful assholes and would work with me to let me pick up their scraps.
Yeah, their scrap produce.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about feeding the rotten stuff, but they throw out like cabbage leaves. Have you ever watched a grocery store peel off the loose cabbage leaves that are perfectly good, but because they're loose, they can't put them on the shelf?
Yep.
They throw them in the trash.
I got a friend that dumpster dives behind the food outlet to feed his pig. He gets all that shit that you're talking about, and it's all free.
So, like, even the stuff that's not really fresh, I've asked them about, and they're like, no, we can't do that. It has to go.
I know. It's bullshit.
That's bullshit. I don't know. I could probably talk to people up here and get that. Like, there's a couple of stores that are close to me that have produce, like, especially the Amish. I have Amish all around me.
Well, and it used to be, like, when I was younger, like, the local breadmen would, once they wrote off the bread that was outdated or getting close to the date, you could pick that up. They'd give that off. Now they can't do that either. They have to turn it back in.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about because back in Uniontown, like when I was younger, it's not Hostess, man. There was another dude that would drive a truck around. It was a snack cake company back in the day. I forget. But, like breads and snack cakes and shit was outdated. They used to hand that stuff out. Like there'd be a line.
Yeah.
We used to go get the snack cakes.
God damn, y'all. What time is it where y'all are at?
11:30, 11:40 now.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to wrap this up anyways. But
yeah,
we got a dumpster. We got a chip company down here in Milesburg. It has a dumpster of chips. And them fuckers won't let you go in there and get them. They'll yell at you.
Yeah, they're.
Get out of my goddamn dumpster, you piece of shit.
I can't steal your trash out of the dumpster where you throw it away. Really? I mean, not that I want to go dumpster diving, but
Shit, I'll go dumpster diving for some free fucking food. That ain't nothing wrong with
Dude,
it.
like, it's crazy. Up here, State College is a college town. What these college kids throw away, I've been feet up in a dumpster. I mean, all their bongs and stuff like that they don't want their parents to see. There's fucking hundreds of bongs that get thrown away a year. Like vacuum cleaners, you can get a new vacuum cleaner every year.
Dude, I work
That's
on
good ones,
Maxwell. I work on an Air Force base,
Uh-huh.
and it would blow your mind what these people throw away, man.
A college town, if you live near a college town, everyone knows what goes on in turnover. Like, there's so much shit gets thrown away, it's not even funny. Like, it's that time of year. I'm going to start looking. I need a sleeper. Sorry, TJ, you cut in and out there. We didn't hear you.
I told him I worked at NASA as a firefighter. I know what they throw out.
Oh yeah, they throw away all kind of cool shit,
What's up,
man.
Ray's Adventure? Thanks for
Brand
stopping in.
new camo, brand new fucking boots, and just TVs, whatever. They throw it all away. But
All
shit,
right.
y'all, I'm about to go in here and eat my turkey leg.
You can go get your turkey leg, dude. We're going to wrap it up anyways. I'm getting tired. But 14 people still in the chat. You all rock. TJ, thanks for coming up. Nick, always a pleasure.
It's been fun. Y'all have
We'll
a good
see you guys next time. Thank you.